By your leave, Arisen. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there. You've got no need of my assistance at present, but I shall be ready to render aid at a moment's notice. We have yet to explore all the corners of this place. 'Twould be a shame if aught were overlooked.
Quite right. No sense doing things by halves. Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. We've no cause to visit a campsite as yet, methinks.
I understand the inclination, Arisen. Camping is one of life's simple pleasures, after all.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
This is a powerful weapon. A single bolt loosed from it would carry tremendous lethal force. 'Tis not how we use this, but when that counts. I imagine it would be most beneficial in combat. Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
This can't be how it ends. This can't be how it ends.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter. We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners. Venom harpies! Avoid their venom at all costs! Ice is not a threat to it. We may have to rethink our strategy. How are we to get through this door? Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
You too? Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
And by magic, imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. I will protect you.
Earned ourselves a pat on the back.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Ingredients are plentiful here.
Should your pack grow over full, have no...
As a matter of fact, every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Think you stand a chance? You're dead wrong.
There! Master! A hobgoblin!
I grant you lightning spans. I shan't let it pass.
I'll not take that from you.
Let him fetch me! You'll never live it down!
You really pushing your luck.
Apologies, but I can't offer...
Now then, which way?
Let us pick a path and be done with it. Without pointing the forward,
Come out and play.
come on then. Let's dance. Come on then. This one's shaking. Stop! I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. You would have us press on without delay. By your will, Arisen, let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
I knew it to be so.
An enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
Still in the fight.
One wrong move and I dread to think. This can't be happening! You dare!
Stand and fight, you gutless wanderer.
One of us has been poisoned! Whatever it is you need, I shall gladly grant.
You're going to regret that.
Hey, one wrong move and
Try me!
I must stand firm!
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Come on! Try me!
Reach out and pass me off.
Going to regret that.
Here, strike lightning on the side. These creatures have quite the temper. Might we not use their rage to our advantage? It is a stroke worth it. Save our effects.
and stay.
Pull back, and I will use my magic. Looks like that.
This is mine.
Should you have advantage yet?
Fitting in.
You're trying to piss me off.
I'm a goner.
Oi! You can do better than that!
I cannot fall to battle.
Think nothing of it.
Well, sir.
Right?
That was hard won.
Let us pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and try not to slip up again. And
Methinks we can move this boulder if we work together.
I say we give it a push and see what happens. Stop, Master! Goblin!
Have my protection. Let my magic imbue your weapons with the fury of the elements.
Behold, how the stars shine, Master.
Right you are. Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours sleep?
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we look? I sustained is yours to wield. Most impressive, Master. A few moments, Master, and we'll have them running for the hills. Outstanding. After my plan.
It is raining cats and drakes.
There's naught to be done but suffer our wet boots.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be an epic.
Try not to get hit, lest all that wind go to waste.
That wasn't the homecoming I envisioned. I knew the village would be in a bad way.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Or so I've learned.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. There's a ladder here. We're here, Master.
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Would you mind coming over here?
What's got you in such a good mood? Do tell.
I'd best get to work.
How'd I wind
end up here anyhow?
Terrible itch.
Share with me your...
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now, by chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care. This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the gracious hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can...
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
I wonder how Master Sebastian and Miss Daphne fare.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times, I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below, which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeard for them.
Such solace in prayer. I could go on an adventure.
So, a nun say the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
Aught about this? It reeks of a plot. Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
Right you are. How might we enter the basement sick room?
I like that!
Up.
I wonder how Master Sebastian and Miss Daphne fare of late. Shall we pay them a visit? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Over here, if you please. I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide.
Home at last!
Welcome home, young master.
Thank you, Diana. I am glad to be back. 'Twas a hard journey, but I found what I sought. A blue sunbright, the sigil of our house. I only hope Mother will be pleased.
Oh, a blue sunbright. I thought they were make-believe.
Oh no, they're quite real. Rather rare, though, and particularly to Melv. I'm surprised you've heard of them, to be frank.
Really? Well, there's a picture of one stuck to the inner cover of a book that was donated to the Gracious Hand. I asked Sir Kendrick about it. He told me the flower's name.
A picture, you say? How very odd.
I believe Miss Daphne is describing a bookplate. The book in question will have been a donation from this very house. Indeed, the mistress has been very generous in her support of the Gracious Hand over the years.
For true? Oh, I must tell her thank you.
I think I could arrange that. I'm certain my mistress would be delighted.
Yes. Well, as for me, I'm just pleased to be home safe and sound.
All this racket? What's going on? Good gracious, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, you must be the lady who's been supporting the Gracious Hand. Thank you ever so much for all you've done for us.
What precisely have you told this girl?
Not a word, mistress. I swear it.
Good. As for you, girl, you need not thank me. 'Tis the privilege of the nobility to help those who are less fortunate. Now, 'tis getting late. You had best be off. Do be sure to leave the house unseen. And fare you well, child. Know that where'er life may lead you, you may take pride in who you are. Come, Diana. I would speak with you alone. You have some explaining to do.
What was that all about? Mother seemed awfully perturbed.
Ingredients are plentiful. All hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few. I expect Magistrate Waldhar would be well versed in the subject of grimoires. I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
I'm afraid not.
I took you for a kinder sort than that.
'Tis a relief to be home. What was that all about? Mother seemed awfully perturbed.
To think the lady are all the nobles so kind. I can't wait to tell everybody at the Gracious Hand that I met the lady who gave us the book with the pretty flower.
Pray, follow me.
Quite the predicament.
I'll get that for you.
Fancy some vegetables?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Do come again.
Welcome. Faring well, I hope.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Hubris is man's worst enemy.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
I wouldn't mind a chance to doze off as the hills roll by.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Feeling weary even after a day of rest.
What ought I to do?
I shan't resist.
Apologies, but I can't offer you a ride.